Ruth here. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. All right, so Ice Spice got sturdy, good and sturdy in a McDonald's restaurant, child. I mean, throwing hands. On multiple people. So anyways, let me just read y'all, what transpired on this day. So it says, I'm reading from TMZ. It says, Ice Spice has more beef with one fan than the deli. She raps about throwing down with a woman in a Hollywood McDonald's, and the wild confrontation is all on one video. We obtained security footage from the fast food joint shot early Wednesday morning, which shows Spice sitting in a booth with a pal and chatting away. A young woman jogs up to the table and starts talking to the pair, seemingly trying to get Spice's friend to slide over so she can sit with the duo. Now, there's already something wrong with this, right? Because the thing is, what you feeling like? I'm sitting down eating my meal, and then you just gonna jog up out of nowhere and try to sit down a absolute stranger? And you don't find anything wrong with this? Something is saying, feeling and screaming, challenged and delayed mentally. But let's continue on, child, because all right, so Spice and her friend are into it, and the rapper seems to point to the door to send her on her way. You could go. The fan doesn't take kindly to this and hits Ice Spice. So basically, the fan was basically like, oh, and y'all probably saw the video a million times. So the fan was basically like, oh, well, where you from? Where you from? And then so Ice was like, where you from? And she was like, well, and basically she was like, first she said Chirac, right? So she was just throwing anything out. I guess to sound intimidating. So first she said Chirac, then she said Cali. So then they were going back and forth, and Ice wasn't, backing down, but she wasn't yelling. She was keeping it calm. She wasn't quick to anger. She was just going back and forth with her, I mean, this is this perfect stranger in this woman's aura out of nowhere. And she's just like, I just want to eat my quarter pounder with cheese, basically, right? So then the girl gets frustrated because Ice wasn't backing down with her words and then goes to jab, right? When Ice was sitting down, the girl standing up. And first of all, that's actually you sneak hitter, right? Like, because I feel like you knew that she was at a disadvantage. She was sitting down and you got one real quick while she was sitting down. You could have waited. You could have been like, stand up, let's squabble. You did not do that. You hit her while she was sitting down. Mind you, I don't understand why Ice Spice's back was to the door, why she was even in McDonald's with no security. I mean, maybe she was just like, hey, you know what? I just want to be a real regular person for once. But anyways, let's see. Let's see. Yeah, so a fight breaks out. The fan's friend drags her off while Ice Spice jumps from table to table running after her. She sure enough did. She was going like, what's that crouching tiger, hidden dragon. It's a old kung fu movie. It's real, it reminds me of that, where they're like the fighters, they're running in the air real fast. That's what she was giving. Like, I was like, okay, I know that's right, Ice. I know that's right, poo-poo. But the thing is that she was sitting there with a friend, right? I'm trying to figure out why the friend didn't. You saw what happened. You saw that girl take a jab at Ice. How come you didn't jump on that girl from the back? How come you didn't say, no, not my friend, not today? She didn't do anything. I don't know. All right, so let's see. We also have video from outside which shows Ice Spice picking up a phone she found on the ground belonging to one of the people with the fan. who accompanied her. Let's see, which she allegedly smashed. So Ice picked the phone up, the phone fell, Ice picked the phone up and smashed the phone, child. And she was mad. At that point, she was probably like, hey, you know what? Somebody actually put their hands on me. You know what I mean? And put their hands on me, assaulted me, and now I'm just, and she's probably to that point where she's like, hey, you know what? No, we're going to squabble. Ice Spice and the others argue, curse words fly back and forth as Spice and her friend turn to go. In another clip taken while they are crossing the street, the fan throws another punch at Ice Spice. She sure enough did. So the girl, mind you, the girl left. Then like the girl's boyfriend, like they're around, and it was so weird because the girl's boyfriend was about to, I guess, wanting to fight Ice Spice. I don't understand that. That's weird. And then, even Ice was like, wait, you gonna fight a girl? You gonna fight a girl? She's like, you gonna fight a, you know what I mean? Let me fight her. And he's like, we'll fight anything. We'll fight. Boy, if you don't sit down and be even a little bit of a man, who raised you? Anyway. Okay, so Ice Spice and the others argue. Curse words fly back and forth as Spice and her friend turn to go. In another clip taken while they are crossing the street, the fan throws another punch at Ice Spice and a scuffle happens. Ice Spice's attorney, Bradford Cohen, tells TMZ that the unprovoked attack on my client has been reported to the LAPD. And we will be pursuing any and all, I know that's right, avenues to hold the perpetrators, responsible for their actions, including criminally and civilly. I know they are. This woman was sitting by minding her business, and you came into her aura. You came around her and started all this mess just because you wanted a moment. You knew who it was. You knew it was Ice Spice. You were mad. You were mad that you didn't get the response that you was looking for. You wanted to be one of the girls. You wanted to be in the superstar's aura. And you were mad because she wasn't giving you that back. She was giving, girl, I do not know you and I need you to back up from my food. Period. Okay, so let's see. We also are exploring holding the location responsible for their lack of appropriate security. Listen to this. We are also exploring holding the location responsible. That, I don't know if they're going to have, I don't know if that's going to fly legally because you can't hold McDonald's responsible. Ice, you are a superstar. Why you bring that? That's bringing heat to that establishment. You know good and well you needed security, girl. You needed security. You're Ice Spice. Why did you think anything could have happened? You know what I mean? Or you could have even had that place like to capacity with fans running up in there just wanting to be around you. It could have got a lot worse. You should have had security, Ice. Anyways, let's see. We spoke to Vaya, the woman seen hitting Ice Spice. Look, she got her moment. They know her name and everything. She couldn't wait to talk to paparazzi, child.
And we came from the beach earlier that night, and we decided to go walk around Hollywood or whatever. But before we did that, we decided to stop by McDonald's because we all had to use the bathroom. So then one of my friends, she comes out and she was like, oh, I think that's Ice Spice over there. And I'm like, oh, for real? So I go up to them and I'm giving her and the other girl she was with compliment. And then immediately Ice Spice was just being rude. She was like, why are you over here? You could leave. Bye. And I'm like, why are you being rude pretty much? And she was...
Would you go over to a perfect stranger's table? Would you? Would you go over to anybody? If she wasn't Ice Spice, would you go over to their table? I think, see, this is the thing. I think people have to understand that celebrities are people too. I understand you get good and excited because you see a celebrity that it appears to be untouchable, right? And you see them within your reach and you get overly excited thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to go over to them. But y'all got to understand, these are people too. It's just like that recent situation with the baby where a artist who I guess he painted a picture. He's a very talented artist who painted a picture of the baby's kids. And the baby felt some kind of way and was like, no, I'm not accepting that picture. And I think it's weird that you painting a picture of my daughters. I understand where that artist is coming from, but you got to understand, I mean, in my opinion, I understand where the baby is coming from too. I don't want to accept no daggone pictures with from a strange man, from a stranger, an artist who is a stranger to me, and you painting a picture of my baby girls. There's too many weirdos out here in this world. But let's go.
Basically saying, like, you could just leave by, like, I don't even know why you're at my table. Then that's when I proceed to ask her, like, you don't got to be rude. I'm just giving you guys a compliment.
You could give a compliment from afar. You don't have to get up in them people's business, up in that lady's table, and let that lady eat her food. You right up in there. You are the victim? Huh? You're the victim? That woman paid her little $11 for her little burger and fries and her little Coke and stuff to sit there with somebody that, I don't know why she a friend, because she didn't help Ice Spice at all. But anyways, sit there with her girl or what have you and eat her meal peacefully. You had no right to come in there and disturb her peace. Let's go.
And I'm like, you know what? Where are you from? She said, I'm from New York. So I said, let me tell you something. I don't care where you from. I'm like, you in LA, you in my city now. You can't be out here disrespecting people like.
First of all, you said you was from Chirac. Then you said you were from LA. So you just wanted to be about that, right? You all over the place.
If you wanted us to leave, you could have just politely said, oh, I'm not in the mood or something, right? Instead of just yelling at me.
And you could have left her alone, and you could have mind your business, and you could have not come up to that lady's table and let that lady live her life.
Kept going on. I was with my friends and everything, and we came from the.
So yeah, so that's the thing, y'all. I feel like legally Ice Spice has, she's going to win this. If she's pressing charges, she's definitely going to win. And a lot of people are like, oh, well, you know what? Because the victim can be like, oh, well, you know what? My phone was broken or what have you, or my friend's phone was broken. I left and Ice Spice continued it on out in the hallway. I'm sorry. Ice Spice continued it on out in the street. But the thing is that you put your hand on that woman first. You put your hand on her first. So yeah, she going, you know what I mean? She went from 0 to 100. She's upset. She's mad, honey. She said, that's the dude. That's the boyfriend. Okay, so the boyfriend tried to go at her, and she's like, what? Let me fight her. Let me fight her. You want to fight a woman? Let me fight her. You 120 pounds. Let's get at it then. But at this point, Ice want to fight everybody. Ice wanted to fight the whole entire crew, okay? Ice was like, all right, it's just the thing. Now you know what I mean? She's seeing red because she's like, I cannot believe that I'm so come to this that I have to, you know what I mean? Somebody is going to disrupt my peace to get a moment. And she's just probably like over it. You know, she just wanted to be in her little tracksuit, which looked really comfy, and just sit there and eat her little bad for you meal and just relax and just chill. But no, she couldn't do that. But let me know how y'all feel about this. Do y'all feel like Ice Spice should have just let it go? Or do you feel as if Ice Spice had every reason to take it to 100 and wanna pop, 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 right? And get sturdy. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this. And make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I love y'all real bad. Bye.